Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia, for those of you who don't know yet. And I started this channel because I will be undergoing weight loss surgery on May 7th of 2019. Today I wanted to give you a little bit of an update, as I did have my pre-op appointment this morning. We just talked about the expectations as to what our dietary habits should be after the surgery, and we talked about exercise, we talked about supplements, and we talked about the pre-op diet, and I will touch on all of them today, and I will give you a little bit of a summary on what we talked about. First off, as I said, I did start my pre-op diet today because my appointment was decently early and I had all of the supplies that I needed, so I went ahead and began doing my diet. They sell the shakes at my surgeon's office, so I got those today, and I have a bunch of shakes. They gave me enough of a supply for the next 2 weeks, because that is what my diet consists of: protein shakes and jello for the next 2 weeks. So if I'm looking a little bit like a zombie, it's because of that. Because I had exams, because I've been up since 7 in the morning, because all I've consumed today is protein shakes and jello. The main goal of the pre-op diet is to lose 7% of my weight, or 17 pounds. And I'm supposed to do that before the surgery. I do have to go in and weigh myself the day before the surgery. And if I fail to lose the weight, or if I miss the appointment, they will reschedule my surgery. My surgeon is very strict. Their office is very, very strict on all of this. So yeah, it's pretty much 5 meals per day, and all of the meals are protein shakes. They're the OP Fast protein shake, and I will post it. I will put a picture up here of what that looks like. And the jellos that I got them at Publix, which is the Florida grocery store. I don't know if you guys have those anywhere else. I don't think you do, but yeah. And as I said, the OP Fast, I got it at my surgeon's office, but I think you could get that anywhere. We also talked about exercise. As I mentioned before, we talked about the diet after the surgery, and we talked about supplements. So I will be pulling out my handy dandy packet that I received at the appointment today. This is what I will be looking at for the rest of the video. So if you see me looking somewhere else, it's because I'm reading it. So sorry about that if it's an awkward look. I don't know. So yeah, so it starts out, well, I'll read what it says in the front. Where I decided to get the surgery done, it's called U Health Bariatric Specialists. My doctor, if I haven't said that before, is Nestor de la Cruz Munoz, and I chose them because I really like the way that they keep you accountable. They do like for you to come back, and they think that this should be for life for the surgery to be successful. So I really like that. I think that is crucial for success, and that's why I ended up picking them. Also, I am a student at the University of Miami, and I thought I might get some sort of benefit out of it, which I didn't, but you know, I tried. So yeah, so it says sleeve/gastric bypass bariatric surgery nutrition and supplement packet. We literally went over this the whole meeting, because it was more of a meeting. It was a group appointment. Everyone who will be having the surgery the same week as me went to this meeting, and they weighed me today, as I said, and that's how they determined the weight that I should be losing. So it starts out with the different phases after surgery. The first one, as we all know, is the liquid phase. For my surgeon, it only lasts 1 to 3 days after the surgery. And they pretty much, every page for each phase just says general guidelines and the recommended foods that you should be eating. For the general guidelines, it just says things such as use a teaspoon or sip directly from your cup or container. They're pretty much telling you not to use a straw. Take small sips at a time and pause for a couple of minutes, then repeat. They want you to sip through your fluids all throughout the day. And if you are feeling full, to wait 15 to 20 minutes and then sip again. They want you to have more than 64 ounces of fluid, no carbonated beverages, and 1 protein drink bottle every day. And then they say that their recommended liquids that they want you to have are sugar-free Jello, broth, tea, hot or cold, Crystal Light. They even say Diet Kool-Aid, Minute Maid light drinks, sugar-free popsicles, fruit-infused water, and so on. Pretty much any clear liquid. She even said that, my nutritionist even said that if the protein shakes are too much for us to handle because our stomachs are very sensitive and our taste buds do change slightly, so she said that we might be prone, more sensitive to sweet flavors, that we could dilute the protein shake. So just add water, and then if you hold it up to the light, for you to be able to see through it. That's pretty much all that means. They do go ahead and give kind of like a sample menu for each of the phases, except for the first one. So I'll talk about those as well. The second phase is the full liquid phase, and those are that's for days 4 through 7 after the surgery. It's the same guidelines, except now they want you to have meals every 3 hours, no more than 4 ounces. Same 64 ounces throughout the day. To wait at least 30 minutes after your meal you have finished your meal to restart drinking liquids. It says not to skip any meals and to consume at least 40 to 60 grams of protein per day. And then it also says to start the chewable multivitamins, and the recommended foods in this stage are milk, pudding, yogurt, soups, and protein shakes. And they also as I said before, they also give you a sample menu. This is kind of what it looks like, nothing complex. They just give you first meal, Greek yogurt, and so forth. But it's just a combination of the different foods that they tell you that you could eat. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, just for the sake of not making this video for more than 20 minutes long. Probably 10 minutes, aiming for 10. Let's see if I make it. Then 8 to 13 days after the surgery. It's the same guidelines again. Every 3 hours, no more than eat every 3 hours, no more than 4 hours per meal. Now, the only thing that they add now is that they want you to have 2 ounces of protein in every meal, and then 2 ounces of either carbohydrates, fruits, or veggies. And you can pick whatever you want to eat, but my nutritionist did make an emphasis on saying that you should not pick from the same group for every meal. So if in the morning you do a protein with fruit, then in the afternoon you should do a protein with a carbohydrate, and then for dinner a protein with veggies. So and that's only because they want us to have different nutrients that we need. And they also they asked me to make a note of always starting with your protein, and then again wait 30 minutes after eating to drink again, and to not skip any meals even if you're not hungry. But obviously you don't have to eat all 4 ounces if you aren't hungry. So if you're not hungry and you're kind of making yourself eat, then you're probably going to eat a little bit less of the 4 ounces, and that's okay. But that's why you should always start with protein, because the protein is the most important when it comes to muscle loss. You know that when you do lose weight very quickly, you tend to lose muscle. So for you not to lose muscle, that's why you have to take the protein. And also because we tend to lose hair when once you get the surgery done, so to avoid that as well. And then the recommended foods for this period stage is low fat cottage cheese, ricotta, yogurt, veggies, fruits, beans, and so forth. Then they go to days 14 through 28 after the surgery. Once again, they are the same guidelines. And let's see if they add anything else. The only thing that they add is that you should start taking calcium and vitamin B12 on day 14. And now you're pretty much allowed to eat anything or any soft foods. So any soft cheeses, salads, ground meats, most fruits and veggies, and so forth. And then, so I thought this was interesting. For the sample menu for this stage, they give you, for the first meal, 2 ounces of scrambled eggs, 2 ounces of thick cream of wheat or a hot cereal. For the second meal, they say skim milk with protein shake or a full shake of those that you buy. And then for the third meal, they do a salad, and so forth. And then after day 29, you can return to pretty much normal eating. Obviously trying new things little by little, slowly, because your stomach is gonna need to get accustomed to your body is gonna need to get accustomed to your new stomach. So yeah. And then after that, they just put proper dietary habits after the surgery. They just say to make sure that you're having 5 meals a day every 3 hours, to start every meal with your lean protein, to not drink any liquids that contain calories. My nutritionist did say that that is the most common thing that she sees in patients that do go through regain. It's that they start drinking their calories. And that is because once your stomach starts to kind of become more stable, it tends to be able to take more liquid than it does solids. So by the time you notice, you can be literally going through an 8 ounce of soda and only eat 4 ounces of actual food. But if you think about it, you're drinking a lot more calories through your soda, and therefore you're drinking more of a bigger amount. So she said to try to avoid that. No drinking while you eat. Wait 30 minutes after each meal. Meals last no more than 15 to 20 minutes. And that is because she says that if you're doing things while you're eating, then you're never going to truly feel full, which leads you to overeat. So sit down, have a meal, 15 to 20 minutes. And for the exercise goals, nutrition and exercise goals, they want you to have 80 to 100 grams of protein per day for women, because women have less muscle than men do naturally. So we are also more prone to losing muscle when we start losing big amounts of weight. So for that not to happen, they want us to consume more protein, and also because it helps with hair loss and for loose skin. They talk about having more than 64 ounces of liquid per day, to have an average of 1,000 calories or less per day, and then to have at least 150 to 300 minutes of cardio and 2 to 3 days of resistance of weight training per week. The calories, the 1,000 calories, that's a little bit shocking when you first hear it. But if you think about it, most people when they diet, they tend to eat between 1,200, 1,700 calories. It all depends on exercise and all of that, and their height and how much weight they want to lose and how quickly. So you're eating way smaller amounts, so it's not really going to feel like you're restricting calories that much. The nutritionist said that it doesn't really matter for you to count your calories, because you're probably going to be averaging out to that amount of calories anyway, because our meals will be so small. For the 150 to 300 minutes of cardio per week, that's just working out 30 to 60 minutes 5 times a week, and doing resistance for 2 to 3 days. That's not bad. I think that's pretty doable. They say 2 weeks post-op, you can start walking regularly, like 30 minutes or so, and 6 weeks post-op, you can do anything that your body feels comfortable with, and that you should aim for 3 times per week. And then they just go on to explain kind of like what the symptoms are for different deficiencies in different vitamins or calcium or iron, for you to kind of have an idea on what's happening to your body and why that might be. As bariatric surgery patients, we are more prone to having nutrient deficiencies. So that's why they make such an emphasis on you knowing what each deficiency feels like. so that you can tackle it before it's too late. I think that's all I have for today. I will give you guys an update, as I said before, on 1 week into the pre-op diet, which will be halfway through, and then the next update that I'll give you guys will be after the surgery. So I'm very excited about that. It's crazy that it's literally almost here. It's literally 2 weeks away on May 7th, 2019, as I said before. And please feel free to comment down below. Actually, please comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any words of advice, if there's anything on the video that catches your interest that you would want to know more about, or if you just want to, share positive thoughts. Please comment down below. Please press the subscribe button and like this video if my videos are being helpful to you. My main goal, like I said in my previous video, is just to maybe help someone that's going through the process of deciding if they want to undergo the surgery, or someone that's maybe in the pre-op process and kind of wants to know what's coming ahead for them. So please like and subscribe if my videos are being helpful to you, and please subscribe if you want to join me on my journey. I would love to have you guys along with me. So I guess I'll see you on the next video, and thanks again for watching.